have had a chance, I'm guessing, to look more at Colorado, study their personnel. What are some of your first impressions of them and their roster?
Well, for starters, I mean, none of them were there last season, except for a couple guys. It's going to be just seeing some of the film from the guys that play at other schools. You know, the ends are pretty good. The D tackles are stout. You know, they're pretty solid up front. I mean, it looks like they want to get after the passer mostly. Yeah, I mean, it looks like they got a bunch of pass rushers, but they're pretty solid. You know, I'll give them props.
Do you also watch, the coaching staff where they coached previously to kind of get how they run their schemes as well?
Yeah, so what we have to do now is we have to go back and look at, where were they individually personnel-wise at the previous school, and then we're watching a lot of Alabama because that's where the defense coordinator came from. So, individually I watched McClendon, he's from Florida State, solid player. I watched I forgot his name, but the Arkansas defensive men are solid players. And then when we get to the scheme, start watching Alabama and just see what they did and trying to figure out what their tendencies are and what they'll do on down and distance and stuff like that. So
Now the training camp is over. How much do you think the team just kind of grew over these last couple of weeks of practice?
Yeah, I mean, I think we found out who we are. I feel like like you said, as training camp ended, we have an identity, and it's very similar to who we were last year. We're going to be physical up front. We're fast on the outside. Our defense flies around and physical. So, I think that's came to fruition these last couple of weeks, especially, yesterday was our last official camp day, I guess, going against each other. I mean, I feel good. I feel really good about where we're at.
Coach Ricker said last week that he was looking to find at least 10 guys. Do you guys feel comfortable as an offensive line that y'all found that many guys to have a solid 2 deep?
Yeah, really. I mean, I think we have more than that, really. It just depends on, at a given time, do we have 11 guys? Yeah, some guys have ups and downs and, good days and bad days. But I feel comfortable with the guys that we have. We have guys that are physical, and, we have guys that are coachable. And we have guys that we can win games with, I expect a lot of us to play game one especially just because, the heat and the speed, we're going to be rotating a lot. At least that's what I feel. I mean, we're ready. We have enough depth.
John came back, I want to say last week, I think. What has he kind of brought back now that he's healthy and back practicing with everybody?
Yeah, I mean, he's just brought, veteran presence, veteran leadership. He's a guy that's played a lot of ball too. So having him plugged in there, especially when he plays center, being a more experienced player, it's a lot easier to take command at center, with the calls and everything, with the tempo. So he's helped us a lot. He's just as I mean, what's the word? He's up there with me and Brandon in terms of experience. We played a lot of ball. So.
Are you still getting a lot of work at left tackle?
Yeah, I'm getting a lot of work at left tackle, but I'll go to right every now and again just to make sure, just in case something happens. Coach wants to make us, be able to play multiple positions. Obviously, I played a lot of right tackle, but I've taken reps at both left and right, primarily left.
Sonny said Imani Bailey was probably the most insistent back there in training camp. What did he show you and the rest of the offensive line?
Well, it's crazy. He showed that he's patient. Especially yesterday, we had a good run, and a younger Imani probably would have tried to just hit it outside, but he stayed behind us and he's very patient. And I think that patience is very important because it's going to make a good run into a great run, and I feel like that's what he's got better at as he's gotten older and more experienced. So I mean, he's really improved.
Have you hit that grind now to where you're ready to hit someone else from another team?
Being my 5th fall camp, I was probably ready for that after practice 4. But I'm ready to go. I'm ready to play against somebody else, ready to get out in the corridor, play and go fast and play physical and just have fun.
We know what happened the last time you guys stepped on the football field. Is that something that still drives you guys, or is it like we put it in the past that happened last year?
Well, I mean, it's something that we have to learn from. It's something that we have to, as a program, it happened, and it's a good thing that it happened because it showed us a lot of who we were, and it showed us a lot of what we need to do going forward. Now, are we going to be thinking about that every single day going forward, like whatever some teams will post up in their locker rooms, things like that? No, because I mean that's not who we are, right? It's a game that happened. It's not going to define us, but it's a learning experience. It's something we can learn from. So, I mean, we think about it, yes, but it's not an every moment thing.
You've been here 5 years. How much has this team grown physically and maybe mentally in all your time here? How's it compared to when you first got here to where it is now?
Yeah, I mean, it's a completely different team, and I love it. I'm so blessed to be able to play for this team for 5 years, and I'm so honored. I love the black and purple with all my heart. But I've seen a lot of guys come in and out. I've seen a lot of players grow. I've seen a lot of players develop, and it's awesome to see boys turn into men, and that's what happens here. You know, you see a lot of young kids, a lot of young freshmen come in and not sure really what the world is or what football really is, and they come here, and by the third, fourth year, you can see them kind of mold into men. And in that process, is just amazing. You know, I've kind of seen that with Mike Nichols. You know, I've just kind of seen him grow up from a boy to a man. It's great to see, and I feel like it's got to keep going even whenever I leave here. So.
Anything else, Ray?